what it was. Y'all know who it is. And you tuned in with Priceless Knowledge Yourself. And I figured I'd put y'all down with even more cosmic insight this afternoon. And our discussion, we're going to keep it on the sun signs. And in doing so, we also going to keep it cardinal. So this right here is going to be a little something for those people that have the sun in Aries in their natal chart. And before I even go there, you already know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the sun in astrology and also give a quick breakdown of the meaning of the sign Aries in astrology. So with that being said, you know what time it is. What is the sun? The sun is the planet of self. It rules over the 5th house of the zodiac as well as the sign of Leo. And as I told y'all earlier, as the sun puts forth light, it also brings forth life. And in astrology, the sun sign represents the self, your personality and ego, and what it takes to make each one of us individually unique. It's our identity and really can speak to our creative ability and the power we possess to meet life's everyday challenges. One's natural father, maybe our male children, and the major male influences in our life can be represented by the sun. The sun's energy is forceful, and it really speaks to how we can manifest ourselves in this physical world. The sun rules over royalty. It's majestic, and it's all about our strength and well-being. It's the sun that brings strength to all the other planets in your chart. Your sun plays a pivotal role in your personality, and it's one of the big 3 that represent the main parts of your personality. That would be the sun sign, the moon sign, and the rising sign. The rising sign is going to be how you appear or come across to other people. The moon sign is kind of how you are inside and how you see yourself. And the sun sign represents your spirit and your ego. It only spends about 30 days in each sign. And when we fucking with the sun, this is definitely masculine energy, y'all. And so, what is the sign of Aries? Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It rules the 1st house. It's ruled by the planet Mars. It rules over the head. Its symbol is the ram. And its mantra is I am. And this is cardinal fire, y'all. And this energy likes to be first in all things. Aries is the leader of the pack. And it's going to always be first in line to get shit cracking. But seeing shit through to the end, not so much. This energy prefers to initiate rather than complete. It's all about rallying the troops and heading straight into battle. It ain't shy or timid energy. It's bold and in your grill. It's pioneering and the epitome of strength and competitiveness. Wherever Aries shows up in the chart, it's going to bring a jolt of energy and dynamism, and it can really bring about the dawning of a new day. Aries is ready to get some shit started, huh? And so, what happens with, when you're born with the sun in Aries in your natal chart? When we talk about Aries people, the first thing I can say off these people from the jump is they are about that action. Whatever that may be, they about that action. When the sun comes into Aries, that's when the zodiac year begins. And this represents the spark of energy that instigates new life, which is why these natives are kind of born with an impulse to initiate. Some would say that they're always starting some shit. But the fact of the matter is, they really are motivated by the need to start and act on a fundamental level. With Aries, the drive to pioneer and lead may feature strongly in their personality, resulting in this person who is, in some essential way, always going to want to do their own thing. You know what I mean? They're leaders. And if nobody's going to follow, they're going to be loners. This is the sign of self emblazoned by the sun, which results in the most passionate and courageous motherfuckers you're going to come across. This is cardinal fire ablaze. Being the first sign of the zodiac, Aries is all about the new. And those born with the sun here have a particular affinity for getting shit off the ground and starting new projects. Excuse me. One thing these natives are going to have to learn in this life, though, is to employ some discipline, because they're going to be rather impulsive. They're going to have to figure out how to conserve their energy and develop some follow through. Because when you always starting some shit, you're going to need some follow through. You know what I mean? These people really enjoy exploring new territory, but they're going to have to learn over time to channel some of that energy into developing some stamina into finishing the shit they're starting. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to reiterate it again, but I will. You know, with fiery Mars aspecting the sun, you know, we get cardinal fire here, which manifests in an individual with a colossal amount of physical energy, y'all. That can manifest in a motherfucker that's ready to squabble at the drop of a dime if they don't find some way to channel this or express this in a positive way. And even then, you still liable to have somebody that's ready to squabble at the drop of a dime. You know what I mean? They really don't play no games when it comes to that type of issues. These are extremely confrontational people. Their nature is aggressive, you know. But at the same time, Aries people, they usually keep a positive demeanor. You know, they wake up each day, you know, anew. And they have this courageous sense of optimism. And it's very hopeful every time, you know. In some ways, these folks are kind of the infants of the zodiac. And the motivation behind a lot of the shit they do comes from a childlike need to challenge, experience, and explore shit. Sun and Aries people like to be first. They live fast lives and they live for the love of the game, really. You know what I mean? These people are going to fight just for the fact that, hey, they fight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play the game for the love of the game. They're going to live life for the love of life. You know what I mean? Aries people are full of life. And they have this abundance of energy. You know, they really do things in the spirit of competition and everything. And it's a very competitive nature that these people have also. As well as, you know, when they're in their negative bag, you know, Aries people have a knack for creating challenges in their own life. You know, it's as if this energy need to overcome obstacles to become the catalyst to spark the initiating spirit that they have inside of them. You know what I mean? They put shit in their own way just so they can defeat it or go up against it. You know what I mean? Boredom is not something they do. And, you know, when things get boring, they might want to go start some shit. You know what I mean? They're going to kick up some dust. And that's just the spirit that they have inside of them. These motherfuckers can get real motherfucking impatient, and they do not like to wait, man. They are the most impulsive people in the zodiac, and if they feel like you wasting their time, you can liable to get your ass left. And they need to learn to balance this impulsiveness with some kind of practical consideration if they ever really want to succeed. You know what I mean? Some things do take patience. Some things do take follow through, Aries. You know, Aries people, they have a one-track mind and act in anonymous ways with bold refusal to take other people's advice sometimes. Cause they absolutely do not like to be told what the fuck to do. And if you do try to tell them what to do, in the easiest form, they just gonna blatantly ignore you. In the worst form, they gonna thoroughly whoop your ass. You know what I mean? And simply put, these people are gonna do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? There's not a follower in there. They don't beat around the bush. If they got it on their mind, it's gonna be addressed aggressively. You know, but on the flip side, although Aries people can have fiery tempers and they can kind of be the epitome of tit for tat, they also are forgive and forget types once it's over with. They can let shit go once it's settled. Cause best believe me, these particular motherfuckers still got a whole bunch more battles to fight in their life, man. These people have a warrior spirit. Like I said earlier, this is the most courageous placement you'll ever see. You know what I mean? They don't have fear. You know what I mean? But they do need to employ some discipline. If you have a sun in Aries, man, try to learn some patience. Try to employ some discipline. Hey, man, it ain't nothing wrong with going to get what you want. But you can't just run people over in the process all the time. Hey, man. No matter where you got the sun at, no matter where you got the moon at, no matter where you have any placement, man, these negative traits that come along with them, you don't have to feed into them. The positive traits that come along with them, you can use them to build yourself into a better you. Just because you built like that don't mean you gotta build like that, man. You gotta work on you. Like I said yesterday, I can't come get a splinter out of your eye if I got a log in my own eye. Hey, man, there's been some priceless knowledge yourself. If you're fooling with me, please like, share, or subscribe. Man, hit that like button. Man, please share this, man. Get me out there. Help me help you. If you're interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, please either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Say, man, y'all better be careful because these Aries out here, and if you say the wrong thing, they liable to go in your mouth. So if you ain't about that, let's just keep it on the cool. And no matter what the fuck you do, please try to keep it real, man. It ain't nothing for love. Holla at me.